Okay, here we go. Welcome to another episode of Natural Body Now, where we interview ethnic women and they tell us about their weight loss journeys. They tell us about their mistakes. They also tell us about their successes. And today's episode is brought to you by naturalbodynow.com. Today we have Miss Venetza, and she's from Haiti. And anybody that wants to get in shape, I'm sure she can tell you exactly what to do. She lost over 25 pounds. I think her body fat was like, what, 14%?
Yes.
Yes. And she placed in the top 25 in the world in this natural weight loss challenge. And she's going to tell us today how she actually did that. So, Venetza, without any further ado, tell us a little bit about yourself, your upbringing, and everything.
Okay, awesome. First of all, thank you so much for having me on here. It's such an honor, honestly. Well, a little bit about myself, and I don't want to just mainly talk about myself. I don't like doing that a lot, but I'm originally from Haiti. Not sure if you can hear my accent. I grew up in Haiti for 15 years, and I moved to the U.S. as a sophomore in high school. When I moved to the U.S., Florida, I actually barely spoke this language. I learned how to speak this language mainly watching Disney Channel and Nickelodeon. So when I was a sophomore in high school, my English level was that of a third grader. Actually, I could not read. I could not read what most students my grade level could read, and it was really hard for me in school. But I didn't give up. I kept trying. I would spend a lot of my time at the library, and I knew that I wanted to do something different with my life. So I knew that I wanted to join the military. I know it's different because I was not raised here, but after 9/11 happened, which took place when I was in Haiti, I knew that I wanted to contribute to society. So I applied to one school, and I went to that military school, and I commissioned. Now I'm a captain in the Army. And it was hard. It was very challenging. One, I'm the only member of my family in the military, and at first my parents didn't approve of that, but of course they're gonna support me no matter what I do, and I would not change what I did for anything in the world. And being in the military, I'm always moving. Like right now, I'm in Indiana right now, and I'm gonna move. They already notified me that I'm going to move. I don't even know where I'm going to move. And being an active duty soldier in the Army, especially not having my family with me, not having any of my friends, because I'm usually a shy person, so it's hard for me to make friends. And because of that, I became depressed. I started to resort to food. I pretty much ate just to get that instant satisfaction, just to feel connected to something, because I could not connect to people. So I pretty much resorted to food. And that led to me being really unhappy, real depressed, which made me eat more. And it's ironic because I would eat more because it would give me that instant satisfaction, but in the long run, it would make me even more depressed. So, like I said, I had no one with me. It was really, really hard. And I'll never forget, in middle school, I had someone told me, and this is something that happened in middle school. I was now college graduate. Now it still gets me. I'll never forget someone in middle school telling me that, if they were ugly as me or if they were fat as me, that they would have killed themselves. And if they had a sister who was beautiful as my sister, that they would have killed themselves. And this is something that really stayed with me forever. So I never really viewed myself as being beautiful enough, never viewed myself as being pretty, as being sexy enough. I used to spend so much time looking at models online and magazines, TV, and I used to wonder, why couldn't I be like that? Why couldn't I have six packs? Why couldn't I look like these beautiful models? And I really used to think that God put a curse on me. I know it sounds stupid, but I really thought that I was one of the very unlucky ones, that no matter what, I would never be beautiful. And I was really unhappy. I was depressed. I had extremely low self-esteem. I prayed and prayed and prayed. I used this time to get closer to God. And I stumbled across a 5K challenge from bodybuilding.com. And, it was at the perfect time, because I felt like I was being a hypocrite in the military, because I was a leader. I'm a captain in the Army, and I was telling the soldiers, hey, you're supposed to meet those standards, yet I myself was not meeting them. So I felt so horrible telling the soldiers that. So that challenge came at the right time. I don't even know why my alarm went off.
What standards were those?
The standards, well, the military, physical standards. For example, in the Army, we have the Army physical test. The Army, the APFT, pretty much, you have to do 2 minutes of sit-ups, depending what your age is and if you're male or female. They have certain criteria that you have to make. So 2 minutes of push-ups, 2 minutes of sit-ups, and then you have to run 2 miles timed.
Okay. Now, and when you was depressed, what foods were you eating? What did you like to eat?
Oh my God. What did I not like to eat? That's a better question. I ate it all. Chicken wings, French fries, burgers, and I'm not even a fan of sweets. I would eat donuts. I would eat Oreos. I would eat anything that I knew I was not supposed to eat because it just felt good. Even though I knew it was bad, it just gave me that mental comfort.
What were you drinking?
I was drinking a lot of alcoholic beverages. I used to go out with, I wouldn't even consider them friends, but people I knew, because I wanted to fit in, and that's what they were doing. So even though I didn't want to per se, I still did it because I wanted to blend in with them. And I'm not saying they were a bad example. I mean, different people have different priorities, but I used to drink a lot of alcoholic beverages. I used to drink a lot of soda, which I haven't drank in years now. So.
Now, how does someone go from that extreme to the extreme that you went to?
Well, honestly, I don't even know how to answer that question, but pretty much, so the 25K challenge, that's when I realized, because on 1 January last year, after being so unhappy, so depressed, this challenge came at like the perfect time because yes, I mean, I have to be completely honest. The top 2 winners, a male and a female, the prize was $100,000. Who doesn't want to win $100,000? To me, I was like, okay, yeah, perfect. I'm gonna do this. But it was much more than just the money because I was just tired of being unhappy, and I wanted to use myself. I wanted to embark on my own journey, not just for me, but I wanted to serve as motivation and to inspire people because I consider myself, for example, let me put my phone on mute. People are blowing up my phone. Sorry. So yeah, I consider myself, to be average, and I wanted to use my story, my background, coming from Haiti, coming to the U.S., barely speaking English. My depression and how I use food how I resorted to food for my happiness. And I wanted to use that to inspire people because I wanted to show them, use myself as an example that if I can do this, then they too can do that as well. So how do you go from where I used to be to that extreme? It was hard. And I'm still struggling with it every single day because again, it was much more than just winning this challenge because I was tired of living. I felt like I was living a lie because I was a captain in the Army. I'm supposed to be this person in shape. I'm supposed to be a great leader, serve as a great example. But yet here I was just being so comfortable, and I was tired of doing that. I wanted to change. I wanted to be different.
So with what was this, a 25K challenge? Is that what you said?
It was the 2016 25K challenge.
Yeah, who told you about this?
I actually, you know what? My ex-boyfriend, he told me about bodybuilding.com, which is the world's largest online supplement store. He told me about bodybuilding.com, and then I started following a few of their programs, but it only lasted like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because I would commit, then I would just quit. I would take 2 steps forward, 5 steps backwards. So
what makes women start stuff and then they quit, and then a lot of times they'll start something and they'll quit, and then they'll call the company, whatever, and say it doesn't work?
Okay. Well, okay. So if are we talking about products right now?
With products or anything.
Honestly, for women, I think, and especially for us as Black women, I think it's hard. It is harder for us as Black women because to me, being a woman alone, you're already a minority. Being a Black woman, you're double minority. So, and it's hard for us because I feel like as women, we let our friends, we let the outsiders what I'm sorry, my mind is.
Dictate or control,
Yes, we let them
influence.
dictate. We let them dictate how we live our life. If we know we want to do something and we know it's going to help us, yet our friends, our loved ones, our significant others, they don't want that for us, we're going to listen to them as opposed to really listening to ourselves, listening to what we know is right for us. And it's hard. We get started, we're all, hey, you know what, I want to lose 10 pounds, I want to do this, or I'm going to start eating healthy. So we're all excited at first, but then it's a mental thing. It's really a mental thing. A lot of us, we all have what it takes. All of us do. It's just we're not willing to put in the extra work in order to get to where we are. We think it's gonna be easy. It's not. At the beginning, we see the big picture. We see it. We see the end of the tunnel. So we're like, yeah, I'm ready to embark. I'm ready to start this. But once we start crawling into that tunnel, we see how hard it is. We see how many obstacles we have to go through, and we just stop. We just run back out.
What would make a woman continue to keep going? I mean, what could a person do, or a company do, or I do, or anybody?
To keep, what a person can do what a person can do, what a company can do, different things. Let's talk about a company, for example. To me, no matter what company you're in, if you have customers and you're trying to change their lives, you have to let those customers know that they are not alone, that you have to let them know that they matter, that, what they're going through, they're not alone in their journey, and that you're there with them. And it's not about, hey, this water, this is like the best water in the world, drink this. It's not about that. You need to give them a why. Why is it the best? How is it going to help them? You need to me, I see so many companies out there trying to force their products down people's throat, and they don't even know why. They just do it because it looks good. People buy things all the time. They don't even know why, but they do it because the hype, because it looks cool. So, yeah.
So when you decide to do this challenge, tell us about that.
Well, I decided to do the challenge. That was last year, 1 January. Again, I didn't want to do it just for me. I wanted to do it to motivate people, to show them that, anything is possible. If you had hard work, dedication, you put in the effort, that anything is possible. When I'm talking about hard work, I worked out, and I'm an active duty soldier. I go to work every single day. And I have, now 2 dogs. They're like 2 kids. So even though I don't have kids, and to me, it's like I really have kids, because those 2 dogs, there's something else. But, you have to have dedication and the hard work. There's so many sacrifices that you have to do. Like, I worked out twice a day, every single day, sometimes even 3 times. I'm talking about waking up early at 4:30, waking up at 5 when I could sleep in till 7, till 8. But I still woke up every single morning, Monday through Friday, to go do my fasted cardio during lunchtime, when all the other soldiers would go out to eat lunch, would go do something fun. I'm like, no, I can't. I have to go to the gym. And after work, sometimes instead of coming back home to sleep, I would go to the gym when I worked out 3 times a day. It's hard. It's really hard.
So the first week, what did you do? Tell us about that journey.
The first week, that was like the hardest, honestly, because it was a complete transition. But I'm not going to sit here and say, the first day of my journey, I worked out three times a day. No, at all. During the first week or so, I worked out maybe once a day the first week. It was hard because
what were you doing?
I followed bodybuilding.com. They have a lot of free training programs, professional training programs, and it's all free. All you have to do is create an account, free, and you select your goal, whether you want to lose fat, you want to transform your body, you want to get better at a sport, you want to build muscles. No matter what you want to do, no matter what, you select what your goal is, and then it lists all the amazing programs that are available. And these, I'm not talking about just regular programs. These are professional programs that are free. They're free for all of you.
What about, I interview a lot of women that are like 300 pounds, some 400 pounds. What about them?
You know what? To me, it's hard. It is harder. If you're 300, 400 pounds, you're not just going to be able to run on a Stairmaster or do any of that. I see so many You know what? And I was never 300 pounds, never 400 pounds. So I can only imagine. It's hard. It's hard. The thing is, you have to do what you can do. I mean, you have to push yourself. For example, if you cannot run on a treadmill, you've never run on a treadmill, don't just get up and start running on a treadmill. No, don't do that. Get on the treadmill, start walking, and gradually increase. Start increasing your speed, start increasing the elevation. But you cannot remain steady. If you remain steady, you're never going to see progress. You're just going to stay at a level and stay where you are.
Now, how do you feel about changing friends? Because quite a few women I've interviewed, they change friends. As far as workout friends, you know, they got new friends that ate healthy and it worked out because their circle of friends were just like them, or they were the best in their circle.
Yes, yeah, you know what? That's a very great point. You're absolutely right. Because, and this is not just fitness to me. This is whatever we go through fitness related, it's just life. For example, if you know your best friend, for example, they do drugs, they do all these things that you know you're not supposed to be doing, all these things that are bad for you to do. I don't care what you say. If you remain in that circle, eventually you're going to end up doing what they're doing. You always have to surround yourself with like-minded people. You have to surround yourself with people who want to help you become a better version of yourself. You have to surround yourself with people who have the same goals and same visions as you. And yes, a lot of us, like for example, myself, I lost a lot of friends. I lost a lot of friends because they didn't understand. They thought I was being antisocial. They thought I was putting myself first, but no. And sometimes you do have to be selfish. Sometimes you have to take a step and be like, yeah, you know what? I'm not doing this for you. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for myself. So a lot of people will not accept that. And you know what? It's okay. You cannot let them dictate how you're going to live your life. If people cannot accept you trying to better yourself, then I hate to say it, but sometimes you have to learn to let people go. The right people will always come in your life.
Now, a lot of Black women put themselves last. They're doing everything for everybody else. So how can they start putting themselves first? I mean, what would you tell them? Because it's almost like they're last. They're doing everything for everybody else.
Yes, and you know that's the thing for us as Black women is we all have a great heart. We all want to help people, and we forget about ourselves. We want to take care of everyone except ourselves. And you know what? I've been there. It happens every single day. But if you start taking care of people and then you forget about yourself, eventually you're gonna run out. You're gonna run out of gas. You're going to just get exhausted. That's why a lot of us were so stressed. A lot of people, they start becoming overweight because they're so stressed. They're so stressed because they're so busy helping others. They're so busy buying things for other people, trying to buy people's love, people's friendship, as opposed to just doing the simple things for themselves. And it's hard. It's hard. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. That's why, to me, my biggest thing from all of this, my transformation, and I am still transforming every single day, was God, honestly, because I prayed so many times. Like, I had no one to talk to because I felt a certain way about training. I didn't want to go to the gym, but I know I had to. But I couldn't call my friends, some of my friends, because I know they would tell me, I don't know why you're doing this in the first place. So I would just confide in God. I would just pray for strength, pray for guidance. And it's just hard. It really is hard. And
What did you eat that first week?
Well, what I did, there's carb cycling. I honestly did not, I didn't have a coach. I didn't have a nutritionist, nothing, all free. I did everything on my own through all the amazing resources from bodybuilding.com. What I did, I researched carb cycling. There's a lot of articles online. I myself, I get all my articles from bodybuilding.com, all free. So I learned about carb cycling. To me, carb cycling is so effective. It's not rocket science. It's one day you eat carbs, one day you don't eat carbs. One day you eat carbs, one day you don't eat carbs. On my carb days, I would eat sweet potatoes. I love some sweet potatoes. I would eat rice. Pretty much my carbs consisted of sweet potatoes and rice. And of course,
bread?
What was that?
No bread?
You know what? No, I did not have bread at all. Just sweet potatoes, rice, lots of sweet potatoes and lots of rice. Lots of chicken, lots of fish, lots of shrimp. And on my non-carb days, I would eat spaghetti squash. A lot of people don't know about spaghetti squash, but It's good. It's so good. It has no taste. You just add some seasoning. My favorite, it's not really a season, but what I used to use is the reduced sugar ketchup. It's regular ketchup, except it has 75% less sugar than regular ketchup. It's really good. On my non-carb days, I would eat spaghetti squash, chicken.
Tell them how to make that.
What was that?
Tell them how you make your spaghetti.
Oh, spaghetti squash. It's you just you buy the squash at the store. You bake it. You bake it 275 degrees for 30 minutes, and then when you're done, you cut it in half, and you remove all the seeds, and then you just use a fork and you just scrape all the squash out. And then it's good. That's it. It's easy. And what I highly recommend, and I did that as well, I would add just a little bit of coconut oil, because my fat intake was pretty much none. I had no fat intake. So I made sure, because I didn't want to lose my muscles. I wanted to build muscles. So I would add some coconut oil to all my meals.
Okay, so you eat carbs one day, then the next day you wouldn't eat. So
I did that for 1 week. And then the following week, this is what I did. The following week, I ate carbs 1 day, no carbs 2 days, carb 1 day, no carbs two days. And then the third week, I would go carb, no carb for 3 days. Carb, no carb. And then I would do it again until I got to no carbs for 1 week. That was hard. That was extremely hard. And I was pretty moody. But you know what? It's not just and I was not starving myself because I was still eating. But the thing is, it's a mindset. I wanted to train my mind to do what I tell it to do, as opposed to my mind telling me, hey, oh, look, it's a burger. Oh, look, look, you're watching TV. There's a commercial for a burger. Go eat a burger. No, I wanted to train my mind to think, to make it think what I wanted to think, to make it stay focused. Because honestly, I have never done this in my life. And again, I didn't have a trainer. I didn't have a coach. I was doing this on my own. And I knew that even though I was doing this on my own, I was not alone, because I met so many amazing people online, and everyone, I felt like they were rooting for me, and they were motivating me, sending me words of encouragement. And I've been very, very honest about my entire journey. I'm very big on social media, on Instagram. I use Instagram as my diary. I pretty much, if I was having a great day, I would post about it. If I'm having a bad day, I would post about it. If I'm struggling about something, I would post about it. And not to post because I was seeking attention. No, not because of that. Because I knew that someone else out there reading this, they may not post it, but I know what I'm going through. Someone else would be going through the same thing. And that so they could know that they're not alone, because I felt so alone so many times in my life. And I don't want that for anyone else. Now,
what would you eat for breakfast?
My breakfast would consist of a protein shake. I ate 5 times a day.
Okay, go through the day.
What was that?
Go through that day. Breakfast, protein shake.
Yep, breakfast, protein shake, and that.
And the times too.
Oh, the times too. Okay, so I have all of that actually. All of that on not Instagram, but
we're gonna go to your Instagram too, because I got your Instagram. We're gonna pull it up.
Yes. Okay, so this is me just by memory, honestly. Sometimes I wouldn't have breakfast until lunchtime, because what I would do, fasted cardio. I would wake up on those days where I couldn't do cardio in the morning because I had duty or because I had something. I would stay fasted all the way through lunchtime. Because when you do fasted cardio, research says that you burn 20% more body fat.
Yeah, tell them what fasted cardio is.
Fasted cardio is I'm sorry. Fasted cardio means that you are doing cardio on an empty stomach, meaning you're using your own fat to fuel to give you the energy that you would use otherwise from food. So
when you first wake up in the morning.
What was that?
That's when you first wake up in the morning.
And again, sometimes, yes. I would not recommend doing fasted cardio to anyone at lunchtime, which is why what I had to do sometimes, because I had no option. And it's bad. It's bad because you're very moody at first, but now my body's used to it because I do so many fasted cardios in the lunchtime now. But you pretty much just stay fasted all the way until you can do your cardio. Don't ever stay fasted. The longest I stayed fasted was probably until 1 or 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. a lot of people, I saw online, so many people were eating one meal a day. That is horrible. You think that is bad. You have, the more meals you eat, the faster your metabolism is. And the faster your metabolism is, the more body fat you're gonna burn. So don't think because you're eating one meal you're gonna lose. No, that is not how it works at all. If anything, you're gonna lose your muscles and be weak and get sick.
So are you saying they should get up in the morning and maybe walk or do some exercise without eating, right?
Yes. Get up in the morning, do walk, get on the treadmill, get on the elliptical, whatever your cardio is. But I highly recommend you do your cardio in the morning. That's what I did. And then right afterwards, I would have a protein shake. Like, I would bring my protein shake with me to the gym. Like, as soon as I get in the locker room, I would have my shake ready to drink it. Then I would get home. I would eat, depending if I'm having carbs or not. That will determine what I'm eating next. And I would eat those meals staggered throughout the entire day.
Okay, what would you eat? Your protein shake. What would you eat next?
Yes, my protein shake, and that was technically meal one. Honestly, my protein shake. I would have some eggs, some egg whites. I would eat a little bit of peanut butter, just a little bit. If it was my carb day. If it was my carb day, I would eat some PBs. I would have some squash. My meals were the same: spaghetti, squash, and chicken, meal 2; spaghetti, squash, and fish, meal 3; spaghetti, squash, and I would have I would have 3 protein shakes every day: in the morning, in the afternoon, and at night.
What would you put in your protein shakes? How would you make them?
Well, what I would put in my protein shake, I actually I use a dimetized protein shake from bodybuilding.com. So I wouldn't put anything in there, just the protein powder.
Okay.
So just the protein powder. And that, I kept my nutrition pretty simple because I didn't want to complicate things. I was not a nutritionist, so I just did it pretty simple, the same things every single day.
So after that first week, tell us what happened.
After that first week, I started seeing changes actually immediately. I started seeing my clothes started to fit differently. I started seeing my clothes started fitting differently, and I just started noticing that my body was extremely light. And I would weigh myself every week, actually, at the end of every week, because I wanted to document my entire stats. I would lose like 3 pounds 1 week. It really varied.
So what recommendations would you tell women?
In regards to?
Well, let's go to your Instagram. I want to go to your Instagram because I want everybody to see this. So let's pull up your Instagram. All right. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go on your Instagram. Is this your Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, what picture would you want to talk about first? Do we keep scrolling down?
Yeah, you can keep scrolling.
I know one. I want you to elaborate on this one to the ladies. Hold on. Is that before and after of you? I guess you can talk on that for about 5 minutes on that journey. Right there.
Yeah, so this was
Tell them about this, because you gotta look at your stomach.
Yes, it's okay. So this picture pretty much, yeah. So this is the picture on the left shows where I was 1 January. Before I started the challenge, and the one on the right shows that was me at the end of the challenge. And yeah, look at my stomach.
Tell them about the contest too, but just elaborate on everything. Just talk.
Hello?
Yeah, just tell them about everything on this from beginning to end.
Okay, so the challenge was a 12 week challenge that bodybuilding.com, they host every year. They're actually hosting it this year as well. They're week 11 right now out of 12. So it's a worldwide challenge. The worldwide challenge, and it's a 12 weeks. Last year's was sponsored through Dymatize, which is a supplement company. And pretty much you don't have to follow their program. They do have free workout programs. Again, I followed three professional training programs from bodybuilding.com because, again, I didn't have a trainer. I didn't have a nutritionist. So I decided, I started out with one program. Then I would say about maybe week 6, 7, I added another one. So I was following two training programs. And then by week 9, I added 3 because that's when I was training 3 times a day. 3 times a day. And at first, I really thought that I never had abs. I thought that God only blessed a few people with abs, and I never knew that I was one of those people. But we all have abs, all of us. Every single one of us has abs, and that I've never been this lean in my entire life. And right now, I'm getting ready for my first competition. And right now, I know that picture on the right. I know I'll be so much better than this right now. But it's possible. If I can do it, then so can you. All the tools, everything is available for you. You just got to be motivated and dedicated enough to want it bad. But yeah, I mean, if I can do it, trust me, anyone can.
What other Instagram pictures do you want me to go to that you'd like to talk about? Is there any other?
You can go through anyone. That's my hands. Yeah, all those calluses. Yeah, that's. Yeah, as you can see, I prep all my meals, everything. I don't eat on the go. I make sure I prep all of my meals. All of my meals. Those are 4 of my meals. I eat 5 meals. I still eat 5 meals a day. And as you can see here, 3 protein drinks. So I'm still doing the same thing that I was doing.
Okay, let's see. Now, what is that bill right there?
This was from Whole Foods. Because I was, at that time, I believe I was traveling. So this was rice and chickpeas from Whole Foods. So
now, what snacks would you recommend? Like if somebody get a sweet tooth, what do you recommend for them? Because a lot of people
recommend Halo Top ice cream. Halo Top ice cream is the best ice cream ever.
How you spell it?
Halo Top, it's HALO space top. Halo Top.
Now, tell them about the Halo Top ice cream. What's so good?
Man, everything is so good about Halo Top. Let me tell you, and I'm not advertising Halo Top. I'm telling you this because it works. It's so delicious. Let's say, and we all have sweet tooth. All of us, we all have a sweet tooth every once in a while. Instead of eating your regular Haagen-Dazs or Ben & Jerry's ice cream that probably have 680 or even 1,200 plus calories, you eat a whole pint of Halo Top for about 240 calories to 380 calories, and they're good. They're really, and it has a lot of protein, so much protein in there. It's delicious.
Okay, Halo Top. Anything else? Any other tips you want to give them on the sweet tooth?
I would say, you know what, I developed, I used to not like oats, but my local Kroger, they have these oats that they have with craisins. So now I'm craving them all the time. So oats and craisins, Halo Top, what else? But banana, you can never go wrong with your bananas. But then again, just because you think you're eating fruits, everything is good in moderation. Don't eat 5, 6 bananas in one sitting. Don't eat like 15 strawberries at once. No, everything is good in moderation, especially fruits. But you got to be careful because fruits have a lot of sugars as well. So just because it's a fruit, don't think, oh, it's healthy, I can eat as much as I want. No.
Okay, so you don't recommend eating a lot of fruits?
Nope, I don't. I recommend eating a lot of veggies. Yes.
Okay. As far as, like, sometimes they get tired of drinking water, a lot of women, what tips would you give them on that?
Oh my God. So amazing tip on that. So what I do all day, I have a jug. It's about 72 ounces. I drink two of them a day. And I'm sure I have it in one of my pictures somewhere because I'm always posting about that. But I drink BCAAs, branched chain amino acids, and it's as if you're drinking juice all day because I have the flavored ones. I have pineapple, fruit punch, um,
Now, what was that again?
BCAAs, so
Oh,
branched
okay, BCA.
BCAAs, yeah,
Uh,
branched chain amino acids. So it's really good. It helps with muscle recovery, which is also honestly one of the main reasons why I haven't really hurt myself because I'm at the gym every single day, but I'm constantly fueling my muscles and helping my muscles recover because I'm properly feeding it throughout the day. I don't know why you won't see my bottle yet. Somewhere here.
yeah. Now, a lot of the women are not
There it is.
bodybuilders. Where right here on the left?
On the middle. Yeah, there you go. Middle and left. There you go. I carry that bottle with me everywhere I go.
Oh, okay, that bottle right there. Can't hardly see it. Now I see it right here.
Yep.
Now you said that tastes like juice or Kool-Aid or what?
Yep. It tastes just like juice. Of course, it doesn't have all that sugar. But yes, it's a great alternative. I'm telling a great alternative to soda. Soda is horrible for you. And a lot of people think because they're drinking diet soda that it's better. No, it's not. It's not. Just stay away from them. You're right. A lot of people don't like to drink water. You're absolutely right. You add BCAAs in there, lemonade, BCAAs, any type of flavor, whatever your flavor is, you will think you're actually drinking juice. I'm telling you, it really works.
Now, even if they don't work out, can they drink that? Okay.
Even if they don't work out, I would not recommend it. No, no, I would not because BCAAs, it's mainly to help recover your muscles. So no, I would not recommend. You need to work out.
Okay. Now, tell us about these cake bites. What is this?
These are so delicious. I got these actually. I'm an ambassador for bodybuilding.com, and I'm lucky and very blessed enough to get free supplements from them. So they sent me these cake bites, and they taste absolutely heavenly. They are very fluffy, and they have 20 grams of protein. There's three of them in a pack. 20 grams of protein and only 7 grams of fat. They're absolutely delicious. I'm very skeptical with a lot of protein snacks, but these are by far my favorites. They are so good.
Now, does it taste like a sugar cookie? It looked like a sugar cookie.
No, it tastes like cake. Like you're
Oh, it
eating.
tastes like cake.
Yes, it's so good. It is delicious and it's moist because I have braces. So to me, it's very hard for me to find a protein bar that's not hard enough. And these are just perfect.
And those are cake bites.
Big bites by Optimum Nutrition. Yes, delicious. They come in three flavors. This is the cake one. It's so good.
And where do they purchase those? From you or where?
No, no, no. They can purchase them directly from bodybuilding.com and they're absolutely amazing.
Okay. Um, and you talked about that ice cream, that Halo ice cream.
Top, yes.
Uh,
Delicious.
let's see. What other little tricks you got up your sleeve you want to share?
I would say like this, go-getter. If you can see here, I have a go-getter journal. I know I said I usually post or I use Instagram as my diary, but one thing I started doing, this go-getter journal right there, I write everything in there, things I can't share with anyone else. But I feel like when I'm writing things down, I write my goals. There's something powerful when you write something down with your own handwriting and you go back and you reread it. It is so much more powerful than simply reading something online or simply reading a book. You're reading your own handwriting. I'm not a psychiatrist, so I don't do a lot of psychology, but it just does something to you. It makes you actually go back and achieve those goals because you wrote it. And it's you know what, just like I said here, people who write down their own goals have a much higher percentage of actually accomplishing them. And it's true. It is very, very true.
Now, when you say you were stressed out and depressed and all that, what would you tell these women? Because most women are, I guess, black women, Afro American women are stressed out or depressed about something. So, what would you tell them as far as that?
Yeah, we're all depressed now about different things, whether it's financial issues. We lost loved ones. There's so many things that we go through. And honestly, pray, pray. I know a lot of it does. I know not everyone believes in God, or we all have different religious views, and that's okay. But just find something, whatever higher power. You need to have something that you can resort to. You need to have something that motivates and keeps you going, something. And you, or if it's working out, or so you need to find a stress reliever. And it's unfortunate that so many of us, like my own mother, for example, used to, they resort to smoking. It doesn't, to me, it just baffles me, because you're only adding more stress, because and cigarettes are unhealthy for you. You think it's helping you, but it's not. So you resort to something that's actually going to help you become better.
Okay. What would you tell them some of the worst foods they can eat as far as weight gain?
Definitely fried food. You need to stay away from fried chicken. Instead of fried chicken, eat some grilled chicken. I'm not telling you to give up chicken, because you tell me to give up chicken, I would say, no, I'm not giving up chicken. So instead of fried chicken, eat regular grilled chicken. And when you go out to eat, if you want to have a burger, you can have a burger every now and then. Instead of regular fries, ask them for sweet potato fries. Instead of eating brownies, why don't you make your own brownie using protein, or using less sugar, just using healthier ingredients. There's always a way to there's always a way to make something healthier, always.
Now, a lot of women always say they want their stomach to go down. Well, what would you tell them to do for their stomach to go down?
For their stomach to go down, honestly, it's 20%. A lot of people think, hey, if they can just work out hard and go home and eat everything. No, that's not how it works. Honestly, nutrition is 80% of it, and nutrition is 80%, and working out is 20%. But one of my favorite ab exercises, there's the Halo Top I was talking to you about.
Yeah, the ice cream right here. You said it's good.
Halo Top, it's delicious, and yes, I ate all those, not in one serving, but oh yes. Oh, yes. They're so good. I'm telling you. Look at this. See, the whole pint. And I know I'm getting off topic here, but the whole pint. This is the whole pint. 230 calories. The whole pint, 320.
For the whole pint?
Yeah, for the whole pint. Not per serving. Not 1/4. No, the whole pint. And they have many different flavors. They have new ones here, too. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. But, yeah, so your original question, what for abs? For abs, one of my favorite exercises, it's called when you use the medicine ball and you use the plate. Don't start with the plate yet. Just do regular crunches, regular sit-ups using the medicine ball. You're relieving a lot of stress from your back. So you're not using the hard floor. Me personally, I don't like doing sit-ups, but unfortunately I have to, because I get rated on that for the Army. But if you use the medicine ball, you're helping your back. You're not gonna get a big rash on your back, on your lower back. Just use the medicine ball to help you, and then you're really focusing. You see, this is what I was talking to you about. Just use, if you want to make cake. If you go, I was making a cake using my protein. There's always a way to make things healthier. Always.
What that cake tastes like with that diamond test?
It tasted like cake.
Did you have any ice in anything, or just a cake?
No, it was just a cake.
Okay. Okay. I think you shared a lot of stuff with us.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep you.
Oh yes, it's past my bedtime. I gotta go to sleep.
So anything you want to leave them with?
One of the things I want to leave with is, if you have a goal, if you have a vision, no one's going to believe in your vision. No one will at first. They might think you're crazy. A lot of people will start telling you that, oh, you don't have what it takes, or why are you wasting your time to do this? Or they probably laugh at you, honestly. They probably will, and that's okay. That's okay. I used to think at first that I have to prove things wrong to people, prove things right to people. No, you don't have to do a thing. If anything, you need to focus on yourself. You need to prove to yourself that you have what it takes in order to get whatever you want to do. Just have a goal and go for it. Don't listen. People will try to bring you down. It's so sad. It's really sad. And especially as Black women, it hurts me when I see women, Black women especially, bring each other down as opposed to help build one another up. But unfortunately, that's the cruel world that we live in. And it's gonna happen. It happens to me, and it happens to everyone. But when that happens, it's okay. Use that so you can learn from it, so you won't be that person tearing someone else down. Use that as motivation so you won't be that person. Be someone else. Be someone who actually takes the time, respond to people, help people, inspire, motivate, help people. Because at one point you were there, like me, where I was last year, I needed help. And I was very fortunate enough that I met a lot of great mentors along the way, but I know not everyone is that fortunate. So I always tell people, message me, DM me, send me a message, do something. I will help you. I always try to help people as much as I can. So when you get to that point, you need to do the same thing. You need to take the time and help people, because you never know how you can save someone's life by just giving them a simple compliment, telling them that they're beautiful, that they're doing a great job. That might be the only compliment that they hear all day, all week. You never know. So just take the time and be nice to people.
All right. Well, thank you, Miss V. And so I want everybody to follow Miss V's Fitness Journey on Instagram and give her a good shout out, follow her, encourage her.
Yes, thank you so much.
I learned a lot myself. So I know my friends in the naturalbodynow.com, they're going to be really happy to listen to this great information. And I'm going to go get me some of that ice cream.
Yes, it's so good. Go. I am not affiliated with them, I promise. They're just really good.
Okay. Well, I thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right. Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
You too.
Bye.